So here, particularly with medicinal chemistry, I will discuss. See, we cannot visualize a structure here. Very first thing. Okay, I will run a YouTube video how to download it. You can keep it and watch it. Then I'll go with how to. So structures are converted into coded form and smiles form and then analyze. So I will show you today how to convert, how to bring structures and many structures. How many structures you can bring. So that I will show you. So and that then we analyze. So there is no, we cannot analyze it in a structural form or you cannot visualize a structure, but we can predict things. Okay. So let me first, I think, um, let me just go through this go through this video. It's a short video, just go through it and then I will start live. I mean, this will be like your, this is database. I will come later. I hope everybody can see the video, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just a minute, I have to skip this ad.
Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Anaconda, which is a Python distribution
Yeah.
on your Windows 10 operating system. So first of all, what is Anaconda? So Anaconda is a free and open source distribution of Python and R programming language for data science and machine learning related applications. Now, Anaconda comes with very nice tools such as Spider and Jupyter Notebook, which are also used by the beginners to learn Python using these tools because they are really easy and convenient to use. So let's see how we can download and install Anaconda on our Windows. To search for anaconda.com on your favorite browser, and the first link which will appear here will be obviously from the anaconda.com website. So we're going to go into this website, and once this website is open, on the left hand side you will be able to see this download button, which is a green button here. So I'm going to click on this download button, and once this download section opens, you can see you can download Anaconda for Windows, macOS,
I think there is an ad again.
and Linux. So by default, Windows is selected for us, and you can see Anaconda 5.2 is the latest version which is available at the time of making this video. Also, you will be able to see that you can download Anaconda with two versions of Python. One is Python 2.7 version and other is Python 3.6 version. So the one we are going to download is this one, which comes with Python 3.6 version. I'm going to click on the download button, and then the download will start. So this is about 331 megabyte file. So I will first of all download it and save it to my Windows operating system. So now this Anaconda executable file is downloaded on my Windows operating system. So I'm going to just double click on this executable file, and I'm going to minimize the browser.
So hope the video all are able to hear and see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is clear.
On this window, and here I just need to agree with the license terms and conditions, and I just need to click I agree here. And now you will see this kind of window which will ask you if you want to install Anaconda just for you or for all the users using this PC. So I'm going to choose the next option, which is all users, and click next. And this is the default location where Anaconda will be installed on your system. This will be installed by default in your C directory, and in your C directory there will be a directory called program data, and inside the program data there will be a directory which will be created with the name Anaconda 3, and you can see the space requirements here. So it will take around 3 GB space to install Anaconda on your Windows 10 operating system. So make sure you have this much amount of space on your Windows operating system, and then I'm going to click next. And here you will see two options. One is for setting the environment variables, and other is to register Anaconda as the system Python 3.6. When I check this checkbox, you will see that this text turns into red, and it says not recommended. Instead, open Anaconda with Windows Start Text. So what I will recommend here is, if you have any version of Python installed on your Windows operating system previously, for example, it can be either from python.org or from previous version of Anaconda, I will suggest to leave this unchecked. If you are installing Python for the first time and Anaconda for the first time, then I will suggest you check this checkbox. Okay. So on my system, I don't have any previous version of Anaconda or Python. So I will check this checkbox, and now I'm going to click install. Now this installation step is going to take good amount of time because it will take around 3 GB space on your PC. So it will take some time. So I will wait for the installation to complete. So after some time, I see this message which says installation complete. So I'm going to click on next button. And on this next window, it says Anaconda has partnered with Microsoft to bring you Visual Studio Code. So if you want to install Visual Studio Code on your Windows operating system, then you can just click on this button which says install Visual Studio Code. Otherwise, you can skip this option. So in my case, I'm going to click on the skip button, and I'm going to just uncheck the checkboxes, and now I'm going to click on the finish button. So now once Anaconda is installed on your Windows operating system, you can just search for Anaconda here, and it's going to give you few options. First is Anaconda Navigator, and other is Anaconda Prompt. So for now, I'm going to just click on the Anaconda prompt. So first of all, we are going to check the Python version on this Anaconda prompt. So I'm going to just type Python version here, and then press enter. And you can see it says Python 3.6.5, which is from Anaconda. So this is the version of Python which is installed on my system. Also, you can check this version of Conda which is installed on your system. So you can give this command Conda info and then press enter. And it's going to give you the version of Conda which is installed on your system with Anaconda. Now, if you don't know what is Conda, Conda is an open source cross-platform language agnostic package management system, which is very useful to install some Python packages when you are developing in Python. And now you can also see the version of Conda which is installed on your system, which is Conda version 4.5.4 on my system at the time of making this video. So let's say if you want to install NumPy, you can just give this command Conda install and then NumPy here, and then press enter, and NumPy will be installed on the system. Let me make these fonts a little bit bigger so you can see typing. I'm going to use the font 20 here, and now you can see the font is a little bit bigger, and you can just see what I'm typing. Now, as I said, Conda comes with some nice tools like Jupyter Notebook and Spider. So we will start using this command line. So in order to open Jupyter, you just need to type Jupyter Notebook here, and then press enter, which is going to start a Jupyter Notebook. So from here, I can choose on which browser I want to open Notebook. Let's say I want to open it on Firefox. And now you can see Jupyter Notebook is started on your Firefox browser or whatever browser you have chosen. Now, in order to create a new project in Python, I can just go to the directory where I want to create this Python file. And then I'm going to go on the top right hand side where it says new. And first of all, I'm going to create a folder. And once this folder is created, I'm going to check this folder, and I'm going to rename this folder first of all. So let me just rename it to the Python folder. And once this folder is created, I'm going to go inside this folder. And now I'm going to once again click on new. And this time I'm going to choose Python 3 here. And once you do that, you will see this kind of Jupyter interface will open. So here you can type some Python commands. So for example, I want to just add 2 numbers. In order to evaluate this command, you need to just press Shift it will just give you one extra line where you can type once again your code. Once again, I'm going to type my Python script, and then once again, I'm going to press Shift Enter, and this time it will be evaluated. Okay, so this enter command is used, for example, if you declare a variable x is equal to 6, and then if you want to multiply this x by some number, for example, let's say 6, and then when I press Shift Enter once again, this will be evaluated. So in order to evaluate a command, you need to press Shift Enter. Now, if you want to save this notebook, you can see right now it is untitled, so you can give some title to this notebook, for example, and then I'm going to just save this file. So we have successfully changed the name of this file, and you can see unsaved changes. So we are going to save our changes by clicking on file, and then you will say save and checkpoint, and now you can see auto save. So this file is now saved. So now when I go to the location where I have saved this file, I have saved this file in my desktop, and then in the Python folder, you will be able to see first Python test with the extension IPYNG. So this is the Python typical notebook extension which you can use anywhere else, wherever you want. Now let me in my browser, and I'm going to once again search for Anaconda here, and once again open the Anaconda prompt. And now in order to start Spider, you need to type this command, start Spider, and then I'm going to press enter, and you will be able to see after some time this kind of icon will appear. It says Spider 3, and for the first time when you start Spider, it will ask you to provide some permissions. You can click allow access here. So now you can see here our Spider IDE has been started, and now I will click on OK here, and this is how your Spider IDE looks like. So here you can type some commands, for example, 5 plus 5, and then in order to execute it, you can highlight this command and once again press Shift Enter, and this command will be evaluated, and the output is printed on this right hand side under the console. Also, you can press this green button here and then press on run. It will also execute your file in which you are working. So you can see I'm working in my temp.py file. So when I just print something here, so let me print 5 plus 5 here once again, and let me save the code. Once again, click on the green button. You will see output is printed here when you run this temp.
So just I want to add, this is another Spider platform. What he explained before was Jupyter. Okay. So just another 1 minute left.
So either if you want to execute a single line of code, you can highlight this code or select this line of code and then press Shift Enter, and this will be executed. Or otherwise, if you want to execute the whole file, whatever code you have written in this whole Python script, then you can click on this green button. So this is how you can open Spider and Jupyter Notebook using Anaconda prompt. Let me close everything for now. Now let me show you one more thing, and that is Anaconda Navigator. So I'm going to just one screen search for Anaconda here, and this time I will select Anaconda Navigator, and this will open the Anaconda Navigator. So now I'm going to just click on OK and don't show again. So here you can see the list of all the tools which comes with Anaconda. So these 4 tools, Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, Qt Console, and Spider, comes pre-installed with Anaconda, and some tools you can install. So for example, Bluebiz, Orange Tree, RStudio, and Visual Studio Code, you can install at any time by clicking on this install button whenever you want. So from here also you can launch these tools or install the other tools which are right now not installed. So this is how you can download, install, and use Anaconda on your Windows 10 operating system. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you.
Okay. So let me go back. So I hope you understood what is this Anaconda and Jupyter platform. Okay, there are 2 platforms, okay, in which we work. So that is clear, I hope so. Now let me go to, I will give a live demo now of how to use Python. So what he has done is that So generally I use Jupyter Notebook, and Google Colab. I have started working on it. So I'll open a Python. Okay. So I'll just minimize everything. So first thing, I'll show you the Jupyter Notebook, how to open. I hope you understood the downloading part. Anybody can just download and start working on it. Okay. And this is okay. So I'll just close everything. Okay. So here we go to start button, and here I type Jupyter, JY. So see what is he brought in the video. They brought it from, because they are from coding background, so they typed and brought the Jupyter. So we can directly type GUI and download the Jupyter after Anaconda. I think at the last he showed you can download Jupyter, and you can just click this. Okay, so I'm clicking this. Am I visible and audible? It's okay, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So now I have already opened it. So Jupyter, I will close it. Okay, I will close everything. I'll start once again. While what problems we encounter, I want to show you. So again, I will go Jupyter, because it was already open. So I am clicking it. Now, like these two windows pop up, you can close one window. Now see, by default it opens in see, it is by default. I didn't do anything. So this is one way of opening. Okay, it opens in Internet Explorer by default. Now if you want to work in Google Chrome, then after Jupyter Notebook, this info you can copy paste this. Okay, or copy and paste. So local host, you can just copy it and paste it in Google Chrome. You can work in Google Chrome also. Okay, otherwise, just if you don't touch it, whenever two windows come, just close one window and just work on one window. So by default, you just minimize this, and here you will get so if I go to, it has opened by default here. Okay, now here this is the Jupyter Notebook platform. Okay, so here say I want to new Python 3, you can click. So a new file has opened. Okay, it may take a bit time. So this is how, so and now you can work on these things, like this is, insert cells below, and whenever you want to go from one cell to another, suppose what he was showing, I think he showed you, you can do simple calculations and start first working. Okay, so say C3 plus 3, so control enter 6, so you can, so this is addition, and see suppose I have shown you simple calculations. Now say 6 this one in, so multiply. So suppose this I multiply with, can you imagine this in a calculator? So see the answer. So this is input and output. Can you imagine this? This I am multiplying with this. This is the answer in a second. So there lies the power of artificial intelligence. So there is no limit. I mean, how much data, you cannot imagine how much multiplication I can do. As far as I know, it's some 10 million or something. There is some argument, but it's more than million. So we can do huge amount of calculations. So can you imagine how much data, huge amount of data can be stored, huge amount of calculations can be. This you cannot do in a normal calculator installed in a computer or a normal calculator. So so like that, you can, this is IN is input output, and input to output. So multiplication we do with star, plus is plus, division is always by division. Okay, so maybe 6, 7, anything you can do. And see, suppose I have typed here anything wrong, it will tell you. Okay, suppose 6 divided by 6, I have inserted a y, so you will get a syntax error. This is the beauty of Python. It will tell you what is the, see here there is the u, right? So it is telling syntax, invalid syntax, I cannot divide it. Okay, so again if I just type u and again I do control enter, see now the answer. So this is division. So this simple multiplication, division, the subtraction, you can, these are the things we can do. You can first start and work upon it. And then you can what we can do. I will bring a structure, okay, a chemical structure, and show you how to bring a chemical structure next. So before that, so this is an untitled folder, and you can, if you click here, you can name it like test. I'm naming it, and rename, and you can save. Okay, so now I have saved it as a test. So this is the way you can change the things, and whatever you feel like you can, we can do, anybody can do anything. And this is the run actually, what I was saying, control enter, you can click run also. Okay, so there also, suppose 3 plus 3 plus 8. So if I can click run also, it comes 14. So instead of control enter, I think the video they were saying shift enter or anything, or we can click run. Okay, and this another mode is there in Python, that is markdown. So markdown means it is just if you want to write some heading, it will not be in a cell. So I want to like import. So then we do the markdown. Again, it has come to coded mode. So this is the markdown. We can write some heading if you want. You can write some heading, and it will be like a heading. So this is the heading. Okay, so heading means now you can write, suppose, addition. So this will not be taken as a code. Okay, so it's just we give heading, and then next line markdown, it has already become, so control enter. If I do so addition, and then next line you can start again with the code. So like this. So this is a heading, and then, so this is not a code, it's just we can give heading and addition, subtraction, or like for our case we do import data, process data, and results. Okay, so this is the way we do it, and this is the way, and you can see it already test.ipynb. It has been saved by default. Okay, I hope everybody can see it at the down, complete last. So whenever you are creating anything, suppose so it gets saved. Okay, suppose test 1 2 3. So rename it. So it, see here it changes to test 1 2 3. So by default it gets saved there. Now where is this Jupyter is saved? Actually, when you download it, is usually we do download in C, right? C drive, users, and there it is saved. Now I will tell you how to bring a structures. Suppose, so this is the Campbell website. Okay, maybe I can show you from the beginning. If you like, if you just type in Google Campbell, Campbell is a database. So there are many database of compounds. Last time when I gave a talk, I discussed all the things. So you can click Campbell. Okay, and here say I'll type anything like say anti-hypertensive drugs. Okay, so you can search here. Now here you see you click on compounds. Okay, and after clicking compound, now this is the tabular form. So table means which one shall we use? Actually, I wanted to be interactive. If you remember, I told if we want to take tables, we have to use pandas. Okay, there is pandas, numpy. Whenever, just remember these three things: pandas, numpy, and matplotlib. Okay, so I will click the table now, and after clicking, this is the CSV file. So I am clicking the CSV file. So downloading will start. Sometimes I hope there is no problem. Sometimes there are problems in this website. So generating download file, you can see here 0%. So it will, less number of compounds. It should not take much more time. So I took antihypertensive. Yeah, 43% over. It should be fast actually. We have got a 5G here. So it's a very fast connection actually. Okay, so anyhow, just wait. So click here to download. Okay, so now all the it may be thousands of compounds also. Okay, I didn't go 1,000 because it may. So click here to download. So I hope it is downloading. So see here, download zip. Okay, here it has been downloaded. Now I am opening it. So download, now you just copy it, and we have to paste it in the Python folder. That is important. Whenever you work, you don't paste your desktop or any other folder. So my Python is saved in local disk, like it is in user. So okay, anyhow, I will just first maybe I will paste it here and I will rename it. Okay, so rename it as like anti-hypertensive. So mind it, I am doing CSV file. Okay, anti-hypertensive. This I have downloaded from the website. Hyper, because these are very case sensitive, or I will just maybe some simple one. Otherwise, maybe test. We are testing. So test.csv I have saved. Now, if you open this file, it is in Excel. So see, it is difficult. What you will find out? Nothing. Okay. So I will take it to Python now. So you just copy it or cut it. From desktop you cannot. So where is your Python folder? You have to take it there. Okay. So this is local disk. Here user and SS. Here I have the Jupyter and COVID-19 drug discovery. We are working on that actually. So, and here you see anti-protozoal and all everything we have done. So here I will paste it as test. Okay, so at the down you see test. Clear? Now you have to bring that file to the test folder. I mean to the Python folder. Okay, SS. You can make another folder like I have made it COVID-19 drug discovery, and then you can go back. This is the. So I will go back to the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so now here I already have some. So how to bring it? Okay, now see. This is the COVID-19 drug discovery. Here already I have like diabetic I did. So I'm opening this diabetic.ipynb. Okay. Now see, this is the first code. Already it is coded. Import pandas as PD. Okay. Now suppose see the importance. I space and then control enter run. This is run or control enter. Now see it is syntax error it is saying. Now I will give a space. So these are the things you have to be very clear with. Now see, now it's okay. Okay. Even say instead of I, if I write capital I and then again see syntax error. So it is case sensitive. It is character sensitive. Be careful. Even a small word, comma, everything matters in Python. That is the only thing. So now again I will do control enter. Now it is there. So now data is equal to PD. This error. So this is one of the code in which we have seen. When I opened it in. Yeah. Anybody wants to say anything? Okay. So when I opened in Excel sheet, it was not in a good form. So these are some of the codes I gave. Error bad lines equal to false. So these when you practice, you will learn that. So here diabetic instead of diabetic. Now what we have? I have saved it as test. So test. Okay. So these are the test, and this is now see it has changed. So there are 1000. If I want first 10 molecules, so I can type it iloc is for 10 0. This is the code. Okay. So you can see the first only 10. Okay. So how many molecules we had? You remember? I think around 289, right? So all the 289 you can see. Even if I keep 1000, it will come into. So say 289. So see now it is enough. I think it is a very. You can read it clearly, right? PSA, bioactivities, what we could not, HBD, Lipinski's rule, everything is there. See, and this is the smile format. So now the structure has been converted into smiles format. Now this is again difficult. Now suppose I want to take, this is clear. Now you can have some data. So, excuse me. Just a minute, please. So this is again another one where the smiles format, this format will take it into exclusively the smiles, because for analysis we may require this. We will convert it into output. This is the smiles, this is the code again, okay? What data dot get underscore value one smiles data. So this we will convert into smiles CSV, okay, so that we can. So now here smile format, this already code is there, okay? Now data dot smiles to CSV. So underscore, it was diabetic. Now for us we have test, okay, test I will do. So data dot shape means how many, like 289 compound, 31 properties. Got my point? So this will tell you. And then PWD, present working directory. PWD is a very important thing in this coding type of things. And then so it is saved there. So now this miles, now we have the structures. So I will go back to the user. It has by default got saved. So we have got test.csv, right? So now you can see smile underscore test. Can you see this smile underscore test was not there before? We had saved as test. We took the test.csv to the Python and we converted into smiles underscore test. Okay. So I will open this smiles underscore test in Excel. Now see, it is very clear, right? All the 89 compounds, this is the smile code. Okay, now this we use for further analyzing in Python. So this is how we bring structures, chemical structures for medicinal chemist. Okay, for pharmaceutics also you can apply many things, because for pharmaceutics you may not require any these type of problems. So you can bring anything. Okay, so and then you can copy paste, and there is a prediction window. You can just copy and paste this and you can predict the property or biological activity of this compound. Okay, I hope it's clear, right? Next, I will show you because some things beyond this, the things are confidential, so I can't share much, but I will just show you some data. Maybe I will go here. Where is the Python? So I hope it is clear how to bring structures and convert into smiles form. Okay? Now I will just go COVID-19. We have done something biomolecular activity. I will open this. So diabetic I will close, test I will close. So now, okay. So these again, they brought the pandas, they brought the structures, okay, coronavirus, COVID, something they brought. So first is data importing, okay, first step. So this heading, getting data from Campbell database. And then we do data pre-processing, okay, means Lipinski's rule of 5 and all, we can subtract that. And this is the thing I think last class also discussed. So if float, if it is 1000 less than or equal to 1000, the compound will be inactive. We have nanomolar. So we have the data of 130 compounds, you can see here. So based on that, we are predicting the activity of other compounds. Okay, so inactive, and if it is between, it is active if it is less than or equal to 1000. If it is more than 1000, then it is inactive. Less than or equal to 1000 is 10,000. Sorry, more than 10,000 is inactive. 1000 is, you can give your own data. So this is the way. If you just change this code, it won't work. If dash float, everything matters. Bracket, less than equal to, space, semicolon. Instead of semicolon, it can't be very casual as writing in a word. Okay, so this like inactive is under something semicolon, so it has to be under semicolon. Okay, so this inactive, intermediate, and between 1000 and 10,000 is intermediate. So this we have just given it. Okay, and then so this is pre-processing. Lipinski's rule of 5 we applied, and then see, this is the Lipinski's rule of 5. This is the code for applying Lipinski's rule of 5. Okay, and then there are many things actually. And see, this is our molecule. This we are combined. These are the molecules 133, and we started to generate a model. Like in QSAR, we do test series, and test series is there, and okay, so And now see, IC50 values were there. So this is the bar chart. So these many compounds were found to be active, and these were found to be inactive. So this we do with matplotlib. Okay, if you remember, I discussed three things: NumPy, pandas, and pandas we bring the data, and matplotlib we can plot like this. Okay, so again you have to give some coding, and these are the different analyzing PIC50, and just go down. These are different analysis we did, and so here we did see sklearn. Okay, and sklearn is the module which we analyze, like it's a machine learning tool, and we decision tree is there, you must have studied, and then accuracy score. So like we R square, you know, right, in QSAR. So like that here in Python there is a something called accuracy score. So this came to, for us it came to 100. Okay, for this model it was very difficult to generate model with 133 molecules, because for COVID-19 there are very few molecules are there. So sklearn, so you have to learn, like sklearn is a module in Python with which you can analyze or predict. Okay, sklearn, decision tree, these are some of the modules. So this we can just sorry. Okay, sorry. So these are the modules. Again, maybe we can hand-on session we can explain you, because this is beyond time. It will take a lot of time. And one more thing I want to tell you, can just I think if Arcade is there, so there are many subsidiary things are there which we use here. Okay, and finally we get a accuracy score, so that is fine. Anyhow, so I'll just check once. Okay. So see, this is matplotlib, like dot import, like pandas as PD, matplotlib as pilot. So like that we can plotly we have done. And these are the bioactivity. This is okay. Bioactivity. These are different ways of analyzing the. One more thing I wanted to show, if I get it. This is Lipinski's rule. Sklearn is important. Okay, I think anyhow that is Arcade. It is there which we can you know, analyze structures. So this is how we do. Okay, so now everything cannot work on Jupyter sometimes. For example, we change the model. Later on, we have changed this. I have shown you three models, right? Like if it is what you call, if it is at 1,000 to 10,000, less than 10,000, these things I have shown you. So we change the model into 4 types. Okay. Now, when we change into 4 types, inactive, active, intermediate, later on, with due to our requirement, we change into 4 types, then we are not getting the accuracy score. So generating model is really difficult. Okay. So then probably we were not able to do here. We worked in Google Colab and we were successful. So maybe we are going to publish that paper, because our paper was stuck up due to this. I mean, this was roughly we did. And then when we wanted the real value, it was becoming very difficult to generate a model. So then we switched over to Google Colab, which is more efficient. So this much I can say. I think if you have any doubts, you can ask me basics. And maybe at a later session, maybe after 2-3 months, we can conduct a hand-on session with the full project. Once we publish the paper, we can now it is due to confidentiality. I cannot share much, but this is best I can share. And at least I hope you all have got something, how to download Anaconda, how to bring structures, and you can start practicing on that at least. Okay. So, and one more thing, coming to the PowerPoint, I have nothing much to say actually. So important note, save files in the folders where Python is saved. So always remember this. If it is, don't save your whichever, anything. If it is Python is in, if the Python is in, you know, C drive, save in C drive, don't take it into desktop, then it will not work out. Because like that, I wasted my 1 week. I was playing around. So I hope you should not waste your time on that unnecessarily. But the more you learn, more you practice, more you fail, more you forget things. That is also there. So this is all I have to say. So if any, I think some interactive there. Any questions, discussions, right? Okay. So these I think already I gave you all my contacts. So, thank you.
So dear participants, if you had any queries, Python and all, you can ask the sir directly. So that, or you may type your query in the chat box, so that sir will gives you like that.
Chat box is here. I cannot see the chat box.
Sir, can I ask one thing, sir?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Sir,